And welcome to what is a potential super fight in the world of boxing. Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence. Errol Spence just having that amazing victory over Kell Brook and stopping him in the 11th round. And now he's going to be fighting in the simulation, although there's talk of it happening in real life, Keith Thurman. Let's just get right to the particulars. There's a 1 year age difference. There is a difference in height. Errol Spence is 1 inch taller. Same weight I made them. Errol Spence has a 3 inch longer reach. Keith Thurman has 28 fights, and Errol Spence has 22 fights, and they both have no knockouts. Once again, my name is Evan Jacobs. You're watching Boxing Time TV. Please follow me at Boxing Time with Evan on Instagram. And please tell your friends about this page. Please direct message me or contact me and just let me know the fights that you want to see. I want to fill this thing with content. It's a little late and I am tired, but I just wanted to do this fight. So let's just sit back and watch it and see. I mean, this is a... this is going to be a very... Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, Keith Thurman decks Errol Spence to start the fight. Wow, what a turn of events. That left hand. Wow. I mean, that's the thing. Did he hit Errol Spence too hard? Will Errol Spence be able to recover from it? I'm telling you, I am surprised. Oh, look at that. Spence coming in, jabbing, and Keith Thurman, trying to counter now. And the question is, sometimes, a fighter gets knocked down like that and he walks into more punches. Errol Spence trying to get this thing going and trying to get his jab going, trying to get some kind of a rhythm going, trying to do something to discourage Keith Thurman, because Lord knows when you knock someone down like that, the confidence, wow, what a hard knockdown to begin this fight. Errol Spence was not expecting that. And it's the kind of thing, Keith Thurman jumped on Danny Garcia and it changed the tenor of the fight for the entire fight. Let's see what happens here. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Both fighters out here really trying to make a statement. And Keith Thurman, they call him one time for a reason. And the way that Errol Spence went down, I mean, that you could just tell he was not expecting to get hit like that. And, he had some moments when he fought Kell Brook, early on in that fight where it looked like for all the world, you know, you know, Kell Brook had sort of made Errol Spence think, hey, what have I gotten myself into? But Errol Spence is the kind of fighter, he stays steady, he stays focused. And now he's trying to time Keith Thurman. And a lot, I know a lot of people like Errol Spence and they think that Errol Spence is going to beat Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman certainly has other ideas, and he certainly has other ideas in this simulation. And yeah, this is a really, really, really interesting matchup. And I'm glad that we got to put it together here for you on Boxing Time TV. Keith Thurman on the left side of the screen, Errol Spence on the right side of the screen. And I'm still bowled over by what I saw. I did not expect Keith Thurman to do that with his left hand. But man, he really, because the conventional wisdom against the southpaw is, I believe, you throw right hands. But man, Keith Thurman found a home for his left, and he made it count. Oh, look at that. Keith Thurman winning that first round big. 10-8 rounds across the board. Errol Spence is behind two rounds. Let's see what happens in the second round. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Errol Spence trying to really make this count and trying to get... Look at that. Keith Thurman digging to the body. And Errol Spence landing on Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman has shown, like he showed against Louis Collazo, he showed a little bit against Andy Garcia, he does not like body attacks. And Errol Spence doing good work of going to the body in the first round after being dropped. I'm wondering if in some way that may have negated Keith Thurman's onslaught. Oh, look at that. These guys are just landing really, really hard. Wow, look at that. Errol Spence trying to box from range, box from a distance. And the question is, will Keith Thurman let him? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Just Errol Spence having a pretty good second round, keeping Keith Thurman at bay, and trying to establish something, trying to really just, land his jab and set up Keith Thurman. And this is turning into oh, look at that. Keith Thurman is landing hard on Errol Spence. And I'm wondering if that's enough to take this round, because Errol Spence was having a pretty good round, but Keith Thurman seems intent on taking him out of that, landing that left hand again. And I'm telling you, he's really jumping on Errol Spence in a way that I don't think a lot of people expected. Let's see what the judges have to say. Look at that. Keith Thurman, one judge giving it to Keith Thurman, one judge giving it to Errol Spence, and another judge giving it to Errol Spence. Let's see if Keith Thurman can continue to hold on to his lead. He is up by 5 points, and he's just trying to get close to Errol Spence and land. He goes to Spence's body, and Keith Thurman is providing an onslaught here that it all depends. Will Errol Spence land in such a way to discourage? Oh, look at Errol Spence really just trying to establish something. And Keith Thurman, though, picking him apart with that left hand, going to the body and landing hard to the head. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Keith Thurman that left hand's the great equalizer for him, because he's been able to land it. And it's the kind of thing I don't think Errol Spence was really thinking about that when he trained, and he's trying to do certain things. But Keith Thurman just really compact in how he hits. All these guys are just trading. Keith Thurman trying to get his pound of flesh. Errol Spence trying to get his pound of flesh. This is one of those fights that's brutal. This is one of the closest fights that I think we're going to see that could be like Hagler-Hearn. Oh, look at that. Just counterpunching Errol Spence. You got to give Keith Thurman credit. He is really going even up. He's outboxing and outlanding Errol Spence. And it's the one wonders. I mean, is he getting an early lead that's going to just put Errol Spence in a position where he's going to have to get braver and maybe risk being knocked out? Look at that, Keith Thurman given that round by the judges. Now he's up by 8 points. Errol Spence trying to get back into this fight, trying to find something to hold Keith Thurman off of him. Keith Thurman just charging forward, hard charging, landing hard with that left hand, intent on just banging and destroying Errol Spence. We're going to see if Errol Spence has some answers, because he has a lot of pop of his own. But his punches are more of an accumulation, whereas Keith Thurman is known for the name one time. And Keith Thurman, is just slamming Errol Spence. It's those kind of shots that really have to hurt Errol Spence. Keith Thurman countering and landing and then actually hitting Errol Spence as he's walking into his punches. Errol Spence right now is looking like a man that's trying to figure this out. Oh, Keith Thurman's intent on ending this. He wants to end this now. He wants to end this soon. He doesn't want to let Errol Spence get going. He doesn't want him to build any momentum. The question is, oh, look at that. Errol Spence trying to do something off the rope, but Keith Thurman is just on him. The question is, can Keith Thurman keep this up? If he starts to wilt, so give Errol Spence an opportunity to come forward, and he just landed hard on Keith Thurman. Thurman lands hard back. Keith Thurman taking another round, and Errol Spence is not looking the way that we thought he was going to look. But you know what? He's a solid fighter. He's down 11 points, but it's just something. There's a feeling that maybe Thurman will slow down. Maybe he can't keep up this pace, but he's landing. Now it's becoming more of, Errol Spence getting some distance, trying to land. But the question is, did Keith Thurman do too much to him early on? Is he making it the kind of thing where it's going to be a little too difficult? You have that knockdown, you have the brutal body assault, slamming him against the ropes. But Errol Spence is slowly but surely trying to get back into this. But Keith Thurman is really clipping him with that left hand. Oh, Keith Thurman really trying to stop the onslaught of Errol Spence and hitting him with some brutal shots there. And it just, his shots, as you can see, just don't have the effect. Keith Thurman, even though he's getting hit, it's almost like punches it's almost like he's allowing himself to get hit. And Errol Spence landing the shots that he can land. And it's just a question of Keith Thurman just really placing that left hand squarely into the face and into the jaw of Errol Spence. That's a real, you can tell that they studied film, that they really studied the fights of Errol Spence to figure out his weakness. And that left hand of Keith Thurman appears to be his weakness because that's what caused the knockdown and has been upending him pretty much throughout this whole fight. Another round for Keith Thurman as we get into the 6th round. He's up by 14 points. Oh, Keith Thurman just punching Errol Spence into the ropes, trying to do something to stop him. Keith Thurman beat Floyd Mayweather on this game, so it's he comes to fight, he comes prepared, he comes ready, and it's not surprising that in real life he's beating the Danny Garcias of this world, he's beating the Sean Porters of this world because he's a very good fighter. He's solid, he's compact, he throws a lot of punches, has a lot of energy. Although I don't think he beat Sean Porter. Hey, the judges did. And their opinions matter a lot more than mine. Oh, Keith Thurman punching him off the ropes. Doing something. I'm sorry, Errol Spence punching him off the ropes, and it's just, oh, look at that. Errol Spence trying to land on Thurman, really trying to still be in this fight, but there's so much pressure from Keith Thurman, so many punches, and Errol Spence is just not used to this. And we're looking at the first 6 rounds of this fight. It's been all Keith Thurman. Errol Spence, if he's going to do something, has to get going because this is becoming a 6-round fight. Keith Thurman just doing more and more. Judges are giving him 10-8 rounds. Errol Spence is really behind in this fight. He's behind by like 18 points. And this is now a 6-round fight. Oh, look at that, catching him with that left hand. Keith Thurman just feeling totally in control. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. Keith Thurman landing that left hand and just that right hand on Errol Spence Jr. just dropping him. Man, man, Keith Thurman's just having his way with Errol Spence. This is becoming the kind of thing Errol Spence's corner may want to think about stopping or something. Oh, now he just has him against the ropes. Keith Thurman just landing. Keith Thurman landing hard on Errol Spence and just hitting him with shots. And now he has Errol Spence against the ropes, and Spence is just getting just beaten up. This is becoming the kind of thing. It's, I mean, Errol Spence was just taken out of this fight in the first few seconds when Keith Thurman knocked him down, and he's just never recovered. And it's the kind of thing, I don't know that the fight would necessarily be like this in real life, but I mean, you never know what the power that Keith Thurman has and the way that he can. Oh, Keith Thurman's just hitting him. He continues to hit Errol Spence. Spence is almost like a tattered rag, and they're just taking shots and I mean Keith Thurman just having his way with him. Oh, we're going in. Errol Spence has a swollen eye. Keith Thurman just jumping on him. They're giving him a 10-8 round. I mean, Errol Spence, someone did even give a 10-7. He is now behind by 25 points. Keith Thurman just doing everything that he can, just looking for those moments. Now landing the left hand at ease. It's not even being a punch that he needs to sort of surprise Spence with. Just landing with him and just landing and just trying to knock him down. Just trying to hit him, just trying to do everything that he can. Just like he landed his right hand. Errol Spence looking to jab, looking to do something to Keith Thurman, something to sort of keep him away, keep him guessing. Like Thurman's just landing, and he's just landing hard, and it's the kind of thing that Errol Spence, and just maybe just has never experienced this kind of pressure before. Maybe has never been figured out and then had to readjust his style. Him hurting him, and man, Keith Thurman just having his way with Errol Spence. Spence is hurt. He's just punching him. I mean, you would think that they would think about stopping this, but at present, and Keith Thurman going to the body now, very very smartly, taking away the legs of Errol Spence Jr. And I just really thought Errol Spence would give a better account of himself. I actually thought we'd see, like we saw when we had the simulation on here of Golovkin versus Jamal Charlo, I believe it was, and it was just, it was just an obliteration. He just completely took him out. All right. Once again, another big round for Keith Thurman. He's ahead by 33 points. That is a huge deficit. And Keith Thurman coming out and jabbing, and Errol Spence doing everything that he can to, not be knocked out, but he's got to do something, because right now he's really hopelessly behind in this fight. Although, we did see Sean Porter very behind to Danny Garcia, being hurt by Danny Garcia, and he beat Danny Garcia with a cut. So if Errol Spence can land on Keith Thurman in some meaningful way and open up a cut or make his eyes swell, they're going to stop this. Keith Thurman jabbing, trying to find more ways to land that shot. Maybe he's loading up too much, looking for that opportunity. It's hard to tell. But Errol Spence is trying to do something, but he just doesn't have it. He's been so sapped. Keith Thurman just jabbing, and just trying to do something, trying to just get Spence out of there, and he gets clipped right there, but it's not enough to keep Keith Thurman off of him. And Errol Spence is try as Errol Spence might. It's just Keith Thurman has been first. He's landed the harder punches, and he just has too much momentum going in his favor. Oh, he has Thurman. Yeah, he has Spence hurt. And he drops him at the end of the 9th round hard. Will Errol Spence get up? He probably will. He's a tough guy. But, I mean, his eye is probably swollen. They're still saying he just has a swollen eye. We got 3 more rounds. Errol Spence is taking a beating. Can he come back from that? Probably not. Another 10/8 round. Keith Thurman totally ahead. Errol Spence needs a knockout at this point. Oh, look at that. Keith Thurman trying to land more, trying to make his punches count, trying to do something just to stop Errol Spence, because there's no he's got him. Oh, he's punching him against the ropes. He's continuing to hit him, and I mean Errol Spence has been, I want to say he's been dropped 3 times, and Keith Thurman's showing no signs of letting up. This is a really good performance by Keith Thurman, because theoretically Errol Spence probably should be able to beat him, but it's just not happening. Thurman really using that left hand to just pulverize Errol Spence. And Spence has just been dropped and dropped. Spence is a tough guy, and he's taking this very, very well. And just like he did when he fought Kell Brook on the simulation on this. Although in that simulation, I know that Kell Brook won. Things were obviously different in real life, and who knows? Should he fight Keith Thurman? Maybe it'll be completely different than this simulation. But once again, you are watching Boxing Time TV. My name is Evan Jacobs, and I am very pleased to be bringing you this fight. Keith Thurman on the left side of the screen, Errol Spence on the right side of the screen, and let's see what the judges say. Like I said, I am very tired. There's 2 more rounds, and Keith Thurman has totally won this one as well, and he's I want to say that he is up by 43 points on all 3 of the judges' scorecards combined. There is there's just not really a lot to say. Keith Thurman just really now he's pot shotting Errol Spence, not even moving forward, drawing Errol Spence out, and just really showing the difference between in class and styles. And like I always say, if there are other fights that you want to see, if there's other simulated fights, please direct message me. Please let me know. I would love to make them. I want to fill this site with content. Try to do 1 or 2 of these podcasts a week. I love doing them, and I'm just grateful that you're watching and that you guys share them and talk about them. And Keith Thurman really doing good work here. it's the kind of thing one really wonders how much of this Keith Thurman is really going to be able to take. Probably not too much. We will have to see. And he's just throwing everything at him, and he's taking it. He's taking it. Errol Spence is taking it. Oh, now Errol Spence is wobbled again. This is the kind of thing. I think Errol Spence is in this until the end. I really, really do. Oh, as he drives Keith Thurman into the ropes. It's the final round of this fight. Keith Thurman just landing hard. Errol Spence coming out. The thing is, Errol Spence at this point, Keith Thurman really just, he's still going for it. But one has to wonder, is he maybe carrying Errol Spence a little bit, trying just to he's proud of his performance, doesn't want to hurt him, even though he's banged him up this whole fight. One time has never let him off the hook. Oh, Errol Spence dropping Keith Thurman. Wow, what a turn of events in this fight. Is Keith Thurman done? No way. Errol Spence coming very close to, oh man, what an incredible turn of events in this fight. If Errol Spence, he's got 30 seconds, can he knock out Keith Thurman? That was amazing. Too little, too late. As Keith Thurman just getting got dropped hard, but is up and is trying to finish off Errol Spence now, and he's got to make sure that he doesn't get finished off himself. What a wild turn of events in a fight that Keith Thurman was totally winning. He's going to get the decision, and it's nothing more than a little bit embarrassing for him. But man, Errol Spence in it till the end. Oh, Keith Thurman getting the decision over Errol Spence. You know, as you saw throughout this whole fight, nothing that really surprises us. Up 16 points on one card, 13 points on another card, 15 points on another card. The winner is Keith Thurman by unanimous decision. The fight lasted 12 rounds. Thurman was knocked down one time. Errol Spence Jr. was knocked down 3 times and has a swollen eye. Once again, my name is Evan Jacobs. Please follow me on Instagram at BoxingTimeWithEvan. Thank you so much for watching this. This was a great fight, an enjoyable fight, and we will see you at the fight. Thank you so much for watching Boxing Time TV. Please tell your friends about this. Please tell everyone that you know about this. I just want to make this the biggest simulated boxing page on YouTube, and I just want to keep going with this and do many, many more. Thank you very much. And we'll see you at the fight.